hello, I can nick toilet paper now. Right, why I want to, but hey.
I think I'll take a little toilet paper. It's good for hiding things.
Is it?
Nail polish. Nail polish.
No, that's clearly nail varnish remover. I did,
I think
yes.
that's St. Edmund Hall's crest.
Yeah, fair enough. There's tight and there's very tight, however. If Helena's gone out. No, 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 she's still there. Oh, look.
I found this.
I talked to her about Charles's. What exactly is keeping that
Angela
outfit up?
knew Dr. Stiles before the experiment. I asked her about it, and she said she saw him walking down the street next to the campus one day, after the accident.
But that's got to be a lie. Stiles doesn't come on campus. He won't even leave the house. He's so self-conscious about his face.
Maybe she forgot when it was.
Maybe.
Anyway, that's hardly incriminating evidence. She's too much of an odd bird to be involved with a conspiracy, if you ask me.
I found this in Charles's room.
Oh my God! This is priceless!
It doesn't look anything like him. And the date on the back is just 1 year ago. I think Charles is an imposter.
Please! I recognize the mole on his neck. Lovely mole. Of course, it was a bit less lovely at the time.
No one can change that much in a year. Maybe it's a younger brother. If Charles had a record, he wouldn't want to register under his own name.
One word. Hormones. This is definitely Charles. And if he looked like this a year ago, then he probably really is a virgin. God, I feel faint. Can I keep this?
No, I might need it as evidence.
Evidence of what? Ugly duckling syndrome? What a twist.
And indeed, well done, Knight. Going to be doing some tracking purely to listen to your advert come round. I wouldn't blame you at all, actually. What else? Steel. Dodgy underwear. What can I use? Toilet.
This little device cries for help. So cute.
Okay. Right. So I've talked to her as much as I can, and unfortunately she was still in the room. It's kind of... Yeah. My first thought, actually, Meki, was tiara. Sort of, you know, Wonder Woman style headband, and then my brain went, oh no, that's a thong. Yeah. I can't decide if I'm woefully naive. Or that's just badly drawn. Breathing Mask of the Gods. Right. What room is this?
That's the bolt of the lock.
So it does need to be unlocked at the moment. And I'm about to. Awful lot of setting of... So
Hey! I don't suppose you could let me into room 302. I loaned Harvey Kinderman a camera, and I have to get it back to my AV lab right away.
No.
Oh, right then. Fine.
Nope, it's locked.
You sure?
Nope.
Nobody else's door is accessible. Oh. You don't have to create a cleric fish. Though a cleric fish would be probably a deep one. You know, you can if you like. And fortunately, between kits and speciality priests, you've got quite a wide range in AD&D. Okay. Yeah, you kinda do. I didn't want to be the one to push it on you. Where's my big book of magics? Trick is to wad up a tiny remote-controlled noisemaker into a piece of paper and shove it under a door. When you have your audience or victim with you, you activate the noisemaker remotely. It sounds like there's someone or something behind the door, but when they look inside the room, there's nothing there. Big chuckles are had by... Okay. Might be able to do that. Do it to here.
Come on. I know you don't normally
Okay.
let people into other people's rooms, but this is urgent.
Not to me.
He's not going to relent. Damn it.
Okay.
I need to find the right trick.
Yeah, okay. I'm on the right track. I just was getting ahead of myself. Don't give him ideas. And by him, I really don't know whether I'm talking Fishy or Robinson, actually. Oh, I've got plans for the Cavalier. I think it could be quite amusing.
I can do that trick, but I'll need to get set up for it first.
Oh, God. Assuming you're a speciality cleric fish, because they always seem to be rather better than the standard genericized cleric. Have you any idea as to which god you'd be worshipping? Again, I was getting ahead of myself. Go.
Here. That will do nicely. I tucked the help me box into the toilet paper. That should keep anyone from noticing it if they see it lying around.
It's a speciality priest is a cleric who worships a specific deity and gets different powers, spell access, and sometimes weaponry based on that. I, for example, am very fond of playing clerics of Mystra, priests of Mystra, who basically get access to arcane spells as well as cleric ones. Right. Lock room to read this door. Right then.
I can do that trick, but I'll need to...
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's going to get me anywhere.
the different gods have different spheres of influence, and as a result, yeah, you can customize your cleric a little bit. Good fun. Just use. Oh yes, okay, I was overcome. Oh my god, a cleric of Tempest.
Help me!
What is that?
Don't just saunter.
That will keep the door from locking when he leaves the room.
Excellent. So that other one downstairs is purely to give me the information as to how the lock works. Okay, fair enough. Stop flapping. Is it clerics of Saloon? Or Salune, sorry, who are not immune to werewolfery. But if they become lycanthropes, then basically they can be self-willed rather than ravening evil creatures of death, because they worship the moon goddess. Beasts of Tempest, as Infishy just said, have berserker rage. I may possibly, one of my favourite characters might be a Tempestite priest.
Guys, they never let go of toys, right?
Yeah, you're a magician. Deal with it.
Guys, they never...
Really want.
What's this? Notes for a new film? A mysterious disfigured scientist. A goth girl named Jimmy. Brain-sucking experiments? Is Kinderman pulling these pranks to stage his film? I'm going to find out. And if he is, I'm going to kill that twerp.
Excellent. So is there? Okay. A Razorhead. Uh-huh.
Hey, I remember this movie. Pretty good one. Harvey's got taste.
Sentence you will not hear.
Good old Harv is kind of a slob.
Yeah. Pictures.
Hey, I remember this movie. Gee, he's even got pictures of famous directors on his shelf.
Dedicated, I'll give him that.
Hey, I remember this movie. Pretty good one. Harvey's got taste.
It's more along the lines of they berserk and then they've got the healing spells in case it all goes horribly wrong, the people they berserked at. But since they also have a speciality weapon of spiked gauntlet, it is fairly metal actually. Okay. We'll see Helen. But not the sharpest tool in the box. Actually, no, Torm is okay. It's Helm who's the dick. Tormite could be interesting. I'm not sure if we've ever had one of those. Hey, did I just go upstairs instead of down? I did. Oopsie. This is what happens when you talk D&D while playing in a point and click. Gold for fast travel. Yeah, Helmites are sort of dickish. Slightly. That camera always there.
I need a camera for tonight, but I don't want to just take it. Helena would probably let me borrow it if I asked.
Okay, so let's ask Helena Shortskirt.
I noticed you have a camera. Would you mind if I borrowed it, just for a day or two?
Take it. I never use it. What's the fun of photographs if you're behind the camera and can't be in them?
Thanks.
Helm is responsible for the death of the previous incarnation of the goddess of magic. Basically, they were all kicked out of the celestial plane for reasons, and Helm was set to guard the re-entrance, and Mystra tried to get back in, and Helm killed her. And it all went horribly wrong from there.
I found notes for a new screenplay in Harvey's room. 10 guesses what it's about.
Us?
I still
Yeah,
maintain
and the
toupee
experiment.
tape.
Tell
Has
me
to
that's
happen.
not suspicious.
Was there a description of me? Did he mention my nose? He said it was big, didn't he?
Helena!
I have a right to know.
No, his notes were free of comments on your proboscis.
Good. Am I the pretty one?
It wasn't all that fleshed out yet.
Darling, don't get all worked up. It's bad for your complexion.
Don't kill her, it'll start a war. Not
I can't
panty.
snoop around while Helena's in the room.
You. Right. What else? Got to. Done at Christchurch, I'm done at the museum, I'm done at the Bodleian. I'm quite impressed with Helena's skills actually, because we've seen her sitting on the floor, getting up and walking away, and we've never seen what colour knickers she wears. That's, in that skirt, that is an achievement. I'm assuming what I've got to do there is bug the set up traps in the gym. Not sure what I've got to do there still. I'm reasonably sure she's well off enough, Meki, to have more than one pair of knickers. Might even have 3. One on, one in the wash. One off, one in the wash even.
Hey, hello? Hello? Who's there, please? Or not?
What the... For the love of... Mrs. Dalton!
Uh-oh.
Hello. That was weird. That comes under the one-off, dear.
The hell is this doing in my desk drawer?
What?
That's Houdini. He has a habit of sort of appearing.
He? Who told you you could have a pet in this house?
He's in my room. I don't see what difference it makes to you.
Well,
Okay,
he's
slap
not
it
in
down.
your room now, is he? This is my home, Miss Everett, and I don't care to have it smelling like a barn.
We may
Houdini
well
does
have
not
done, Meki.
smell. You could have a herd of buffalo in this house for all the use you get out of it.
Shh, 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 shh. Hush now. Oh, my goodness. What a to-do about nothing. I'll take him back upstairs and put him in his cage.
Put the thing in the garage.
No way! He'll freeze out there. Put him in my room, Mrs. Dalton.
Sam?
Oh, by the way, who's visiting the house today?
What do you mean?
I saw a woman on the stairs, just now. Blonde, white dress.
You saw no such thing. The lighting on those stairs is terrible. I keep asking that something be done about it, but no one pays the slightest attention. bothering poor Dr. Stiles with nonsense like that.
Okay. I'm
As if
reasonably sure that's
such
not how
gadgets
you
weren't
carry
enough.
bunnies.
Wow. Is that menopause?
Samantha, tell me what you saw, exactly.
There was a woman walking up the stairs when I came in. I called out, but she didn't stop. There is someone here today. What's the big secret?
Never mind. It's nothing that concerns you. What did you learn at university?
Not a lot.
Dr. Stiles?
Yes?
Did you know any of the students before the experiment started?
No. Why?
Just wondering.
I don't think the students have any connection to the incidents.
You don't? Why?
Just do as you're told, Samantha.
Yeah, I've always been real good at that. The Lambs Club is really worked up. I thought you should know.
Lambs Club? Are you planning to put lambs in the parlor now, in addition to rabbits in bedrooms and bats in the belfry?
That's what the students in the experiment call themselves. You know, as in Lost.
Or better yet, sacrificial? God help me. What do you mean they're worked up?
They're freaked about the track and pool incidents. Some of them might not come back.
What? What nonsense. What does it have to do with them, I'd like to know? The conditions of the experiment must remain the same. Those students are your responsibility, Samantha. Getting them here is your job, and I expect you to do it.
Right.
Good, good, good. I really enjoy being shouted at. Thanks. Much appreciated. Welcome to the lab.
I better not touch Dr. Stiles' computer. He's not exactly the forgiving type.
No, he's a completely psychotic. Right. Okay. Trying to think. See if I can identify the woman who was on the stairs. You going for the burn it, salt it, leave option, Mecky?
That's the woman from the portrait in the hall.
That would be dead woman from the portrait in the.
A little...
Upstairs and check for that woman still kicking. If she's still there, if she's real and not a ghost. Okay, that's 2 votes. 2 votes for BR. Sorry, BSL. Up we go. The chandelier. It's fantastic in a dangerous if falling kind of way.
David's room.
David is it now? Yeah, I'm really tempted to use that. Sod the gym. I'm tempted to use the exploding powder trap up here. Don't necessarily think you'd be terribly appreciative. Okay. Places I still have. I need to go back to St. Edmund Hall, make sure they don't quit. Still Hello, Gigas. How you doing there? Hope you're having a good day. if I'm dealing with... I can't search the whole of the rooms because I can't get in the graduate area. So who am I missing? I'm trying to search the rooms of all the students in the Lambs Club. Which strikes me as a really good idea because they're all sus as hell. Hello, good run. Put the ball. See who I'm missing. Somebody.
Helena, Harvey, Angela, Charles. They all live in this residence hall. Even Malik lives here. Interesting.
Okay, so Angela is up on the 3rd floor in...
All the students in the
Two.
experiment live in this residence hall. Except for me, of course. I am the token gypsy.
So Angela's a graduate. Means I need to get across to the graduate area. Oh, heavens. Oh, that must have been fairly horrible, Gigas. I hope it got sorted out. Okay, Charles, I've investigated. Jensen, Roberta, and so Roberta Jensen and Jane Williams. So Jane and Jensen. Subtle. Done.
All the students.
He's the other one. So those two are graduates. I need to get to the graduate wing. How the hell am I going to get to the graduate wing? Oh no! Oops, night. Oh no!
The nice
Oh.
man at the desk says that's a no-no. I'd rather not get on his bad side, for now.
Gigas, you are having a bastard of a day, aren't you? Huh. I feel I'm missing something. No, it is an annoyance. Oh dear. Cats will be cats, unfortunately, which is not a terribly helpful thing to say. I do apologise. I can talk to stuff. Yeah, I suppose like that's the advantage of doing it match by match rather than doing it one big chunk.
Good day, Miss Everett.
Hi.
Who? I've already played with the game machine.
You must be...
Thing at the moment. What? Yeah. Yes. A sneaky and good tag. There we looked at. Dude, do you mean, Fish? Because I'm not sure how many I actually won. Or do you mean ones that somebody else won? You, perhaps? Dang.
Oh, now I get it. It looks like a younger Mephistopheles. Is that a joke? Or is Mephistopheles more famous than I thought? Or more conceited?
I think he's conceited. But it does beat the ones where we were being harassed by level 48 and 50 people. By harassed, I mean, you know, killed mercilessly. Persian prophet and poet. Right.
I don't have any reason to go into Brasenose College. I prefer St. Edmund Hall. They're a lot friendlier over there.
Okay. Been in there already. I have a look.
Pieces of gold for Sea Railer Swole. I need to find more.
Yes. Wait. Oh yes. That's going to be here. Chelsea FC. I really could do with some more pieces there, I think.
This rabbit mask is whack. This map will come in handy when I get to London.
Yeah, not much use in Oxford though. I hate to have to break it to you. La-da-da-da.
They've got pretty cool stuff in here, but I've learned to travel light. Maybe someday I'll have a place to put things.
Oh, hang on. Don't think I read that.
There are Alice in Wonderland sites around Oxford, so they're probably the locations in the game.
Charles Dodgson, better known by his pen name Cam. Student at Christchurch College, which explains. There. Okay. Just history. Best bet is to start double checking. Oh, I need to update that techie. No longer in the future tense. Come on. where you're going there. A free £55 charger. I'm guessing a wireless one. To buy a Note 8 for £870. I sold that for a game of Tiddlywink. It's ridiculous. So that's Helena's room. Can't get in there.
That's Jeannie Smith's room. I don't need to bother her again.
Oh yeah, that's the haunted swimmer. That's... I poke around in Charles's room. Sunjan. No. Need a new phone. You don't need that phone. I would love that phone, personally. But
Nothing of interest in there.
that is a what? Why am I pixel hunting? Already look.
That sticker is a little horrifying. In a warm and fuzzy kind of way.
Mummy. It's the mummy.
I have that number in my cell phone.
Oh, I did. On the side with the lamp is incredibly disturbing.
Mangas, games, DVDs. Totally matching Charles's shyness. Wow, he really is a nerd.
Yep.
Charles has more of an interest in Dr. Stiles than he let on. Suspicious much?
Potentially. Potentially not. Nothing.
Nothing of interest in there.
Yes, I take it, Fish, you've not heard anything from 3. Can't talk to him. Yeah, it's a little bit concerning. Apparently he's left his phone with a video playing on pause. Not disturbing in the... Well, they did say up to 7 days.
Guys, they never let go of toys, right?
Okay. Nope, nope, and nope. If I can get across there.
That might lead over to the graduate wing. But an alarm will sound if I open it. Guess I'm not urgently in need of getting over there today.
Okay, so I can't check out the rest of them. So, whatever else needs to happen, it isn't. So, done with Christchurch and done with Oxford Centre now. Thank you. Done with the Bodleian. Something more at Radcliffe and
Department of Clinical Neurology, Oxford University, Administrator. On this floor are all the administration's offices, as well as the professors. Other floors are for classes mainly, so there's no need to go there.
Well, fingers are crossed, Fish, that you don't actually invest in the. Ah,
Do you know a student named Malik?
You mean Dr. Linkwella's teaching assistant?
oh, is he?
Really?
What's he doing
Was there
doing an
something you wanted to
experiment
know
with
about
Dr.
him?
Styles then?
No. I think I just found out all I need to know. Thanks.
Uh-huh. Bingo. Back to the house then. Gotta be someone else looking in them. Yeah, that statue is just dodgy.
I like that statue. It looks like something you'd see at a Halloween supply shop. Except it's real.
Build it a bit bigger, they've actually got them over here.
Cool tower. I wonder.
No, it's a folly. What if my car's still there? My bike even. Ah. What will they give you a half-price contract on?
The bike will have to wait until I've got a bit more cash.
Do know that Dr. Styles will have it fixed for.
I think that's a Bentley under there. Nice.
Doesn't look like a Bentley, but never mind.
These look old and a bit moldy.
Oh, I can see that. Thinking of jumping away from Sammy's completely. How much is it on for?
I see you've already been out and about today. Do you want me to fix you a plate?
Yeah, I've
Not
been-
hungry right now. Thanks, though.
I want to talk.
Someone modernized.
Oh, can't talk. Dalton. Just the notice.
That calendar is out of date.
Yep, we know.
It's a card for a psychologist. Now that's a phone number I'd have handy. You never. Oxford Police.
That. This. Nope. What have I still got to do? I've got to do something here, and I've got to do something at St. Edmund Hall. I'm absolutely bothered if I.
The payphone here in the St. Edmund Quad. Rather outdated in these days of cell phones. but it's always good to have a backup plan.
It is in.
The payphone.
I can't actually. There's a joke there, Fish, and were it not so annoying. Edmund dining. Oh, that's where I am. Oh, hang on. There's an
I'll
entire
skip the dining room.
part.
Mrs. Dalton feeds me well enough at Dread Hill.
Maybe I won't.
Someone's been using that machine and didn't wipe it off. Ooh, kinda gross.
Anything?
Someone's been...
I know I'm going to be setting person and they don't count.
Brainiac reference books, no doubt. There. Now both doors are covered.
Ah. Aha, haha. Was that a toss? Clearly not. Generally, Meki, if you assume that Fish is a tech, then more powerful phone the better. Generally speaking. Not wishing to speak for you there, Gavin. Swimming? Again?
The clock seemed... I wouldn't want those guys staring at me while I worked out.
Yes, I overall have.
Nothing else has happened to the pool.
I will talk to your rear.
Did you notice any sign of tampering with the pool controls? Maybe evidence of someone putting something in the input system?
No.
That's helpful. Thanks.
Yeah. Clearly not getting paid enough for this shit.
The filters don't have dye stains. Maybe water-soluble dye wouldn't leave a trace. The filters don't... The sides of the pool are clean. I don't see any residue left by the dye.
Was like magic. She's creepy.
That looks like a statue I saw in Copenhagen. Sort of. I wouldn't want those...
Rather than have to do. Bulldog. I want to talk to the bulldog.
I don't have anything to ask him at the moment.
Anything else to be said to her?
Malik is the grad student of Styles' biggest enemy on campus, a man named Linkweller. I have a feeling he'd stop at nothing to ruin Dr. Styles.
Is he? Now that is suspicious. Not to mention rude.
Very. Very, 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 very. Still. Can't really go
I don't
fishing.
have time to search her computer, and I don't think I'd find very interesting stuff anyway.
Probably not.
I can't snoop around while Helena's in the room.
Yeah, really, really don't. Yeah, Meki, I'm looking for a replacement for my Note 4, which is elderly, because it was secondhand when I got it a year ago. Not as elderly as Gavin's Note 2, but you know. Mopping up questions. Huh. I can't talk to Mrs. Dalton. What's the contract on that fish? I'm thinking I'm missing something. Yeah, at least if you're still sim free, then you can use your pretty good allowances and stuff. Long run, it's going to be cheaper. It's just a big old chunk of change to start with.
I've been to a lot of places on that globe. It would be nice to stop moving for a while. It doesn't look like anyone's used that fireplace in ages.
Not like this room gets a lot of play.
Nice couple. They look happy. Annoyingly perfect, maybe, but happy.
Probably. Looked at them.
2002? Someone's a pack rat.
Wait. Ology head.
The flowers are silly, I guess, but it makes me feel better. That looks Victorian. Very cool. I could see that in my dressing room someday, when I'm famous. This is your brain on a blackboard.
There's nothing down here. That's pretty good.
I'd rather use my cell phone. Less traceable that way.
Okay.
I can't make anything out of those.
Can I use the fairy with anything? Sentence not hear me say often. Actually looked at them. Okay, then, well that is gross.
The water was really purple. I think I'll hang on to this. The water was...
Gee! Sorry. Okay, so that's today's puzzle, which I don't think...
It's the Sea Railer Swole riddle from the Black Wand.
Oh, is C.S. Lewis.
I don't need that stuff anymore.
Yeah. That is disgusting.
No reason to call there.
Contacts. Who else is Styles, Red Hill. Huh?
No reason to call there at the moment. No reason to...
Okay, Knight. Catch you later. Sissy.
No reason to call there at the moment. No reason to...
Arr. Okay, well, I'm vaguely.
It really is a beautiful house. Nice to have a place to come home to.
Yeah, that's the size of Mexico. Center for Cognitive Abnormality Research. Not abnormal by the time you start here. It will be by the time you finish. I must be missing something. If I can't sort this out, I'm going to rage quit in a minute. I will tell you in a no. Chapter looks suspiciously like chapter 4. Yeah.
System in America.
Oh yeah, cut scheme. Right. I've investigated. It's pretty much covered most of today, I think. Been in the pool, there's nothing there. I can't get into the graduate wing. Not talking to the bulldog. Looked at this.
All the students in the experiment. All the students.
There'll be something really pathetic, like I need to look at the camera.
I'm going to get evidence with this camera tonight. Maybe even a picture of the perpetrator.
Okay.
It's a paper fairy that Angela made.
Because that's normal for adults.
I found this in Charles's room. Helena would kill me if she knew I had this key. I need to place these flash powder traps strategically. I want them to go off when the perpetrator enters the room. Pieces of gold for Sea Railer Swole. I need to find more pieces. Hogwarts? This must point to a location in Oxford. Maybe someplace used in the film.
Yeah, but you know where it is. That's a lot to do in the gym, to be fair. Just on the off chance that I am not being dense and I'm just waiting for something to trigger. Save. Because I could just be being. Okay. Got something to do at Red Hill House, something to do at St. Edmund. And then maybe I can go and talk to David. Yeah, Meki, I think you've probably seen me play enough point and clicks that generally speaking I don't do such things, but I am at this stage on the verge of pulling my ears off. I'm presumably missing something bloody obvious. But yes, chapter 4.
The door's locked.
I don't still have the toilet paper. I use the toilet paper to conceal the noise maker. I can probably get some more though. Now, was that an R, oh right, you've used it, or an R, that's what you've missed? Because I'm good either way, but obviously the second one was rather more helpful. Yes, I used it. Okay. I can't take the nail varnish. Which I could.
Nail polish. It's a paper.
Can't use the fairy for anything.
Thank God for old-fashioned architecture.
double check talking to doctors and things. Because I think I've pretty much searched all the rooms I can get into. So, Fish, how does the P9 spec out? Charles's...
Room 206. No one I know.
You've just accurately, Meki, described a Jane Jensen point and click.
Room 204. This is Charles's room. Room 202. I don't know the person who rooms here.
I don't know anything over there. Okay, Google, turn the bedroom light on. Fair enough. So a considerable tech improvement on what you've got, but it misses out some of the most useful functions. Okay, what's this? Who's here?
Room 304. No one I know. Room 306. Don't know the person who lives there.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're basically either looking at a second-hand note, or you're looking at going to something that's not a note. Yes, why would you want that? Okay. Anything else on the screen to be had?
Harvey's new screenplay sounds a little too familiar.
I said we shred it. What do you... I reckon we should. Okay. Can't go back and talk style. Yes, he's in the back of the lab. I have to say, it's the S Pen on the note, Fish, that always does it for me. I absolutely adore it. Fantastic handwriting recognition and just feels like paper. Yes, I did indeedy poos, Becky. I got the piece of paper. Yeah, okay, I bet.
It looks like a full body.
Oh, I want to go. That's what.
Dr.
Yep.
Stiles?
Yes?
Ah, right, okay.
I investigated the incidents at the track and pool.
Okay, hopefully this should be it.
Both were obviously staged. There was a whirlwind at the track that was probably created by a helicopter. That got rid of the maintenance guy. Then they painted the track. As for the pool, what the witness saw was the shape or bubble in the pool, and then the water changed color. It would have been easy to rig up a hose to blow air into the pool for a spooky effect as a misdirect, then drop in the dye.
Did anyone see or hear a helicopter?
No, but there was only one witness, and he had headphones on.
Headphones? And did they find dye in the pool?
No, but all they cared about was cleaning the pool. I don't think anyone even checked. There wasn't any trace of dye around the edges of the pool or in the filters, but it was probably water-soluble.
And why would someone rent a helicopter and gallons of dye and time these incidents with my experiments, which, I might add, almost no one knows about?
I don't know.
No, you wouldn't, would you? Because it's all bollocks. I hope your rationalist bias can be put aside, Samantha, because when I ask you to be my eyes and ears, I expect the facts, not your half-baked opinions. If you can't give me that, you're worse than useless.
At least I'm willing to go out there. From what I've seen, your eyes and ears work just fine, mister.
What are you, 23, 25? When you've experienced something of life, you can lecture me.
I'm sorry. Look, I know what it's like when people...
I want your report on the events by tonight, and this time, I want the facts. That is all.
Okay, that's you told. Yes, Meki, if I say I've already sat on the dodo's egg, I think that should cover that entry.
Tell me about you and Dr. Linkweller.
I see you've been amusing yourself with gossip, or ancient history, rather. I neither know nor care what Linkweller is up to these days, though I heard he was the keynote speaker at the Göttingen conference last year, which just goes to show you the discernment of the academic community.
Malik works for Linkweller. He's his grad student.
Tough luck for Malik.
That doesn't worry you? That he might be reporting back to Linkweller?
I have better things to worry about than that windbag.
Right, I think that's all.
That's the FMRI.
He's basically not. Oh, oopsie. However, that has cleared Dreadhill House. Whoop, whoop. These have moved on. These have moved on.
Hi.
Yes!
Wow. Everyone looks so serious.
I get that way during the full moon. Some people do the werewolf thing, but I do Walter Cronkite.
Well, it feels momentous, doesn't it?
We're agreed, right? We're going to vote. And we'll all either stay in the experiment or quit. Whatever the group vote decides. One for all and all for one.
How do we do it? Should we just raise hands?
Silent ballot? Do we need that? Does anyone care?
I'm thinking saving the game, because I don't trust these people as far as I could come half of that one. Gonna have to rig this, aren't I? Trick is apparently in the offing. For what? Thank you, Techie. The omelette mailbag. Cup. That's one I haven't done. You invite members of the audience to help you think up the names of different fruit. Eh? As they call out names, you write them down and put them in a bowl, your fruit bowl. Got plenty of fruit in your fruit bowl. Ahem. Show the audience a previously prepared gift bag. Say you've predicted ahead of time what fruit will be plucked from the fruit bowl. Invite a volunteer to pull a name from the fruit bowl and read it, then show the contents of the gift bag. Voila, your prediction is revealed to be correct. No matter what the audience says, you actually write down every time the name of the fruit you previously prepared. Place the bowl in front of the audience, tell them you need their help to create a nice fruit bowl. Pad and pen in hand, ask people to put out their names. Write on your notepad, tear off the sheet, wad it up good and tight and toss it into the bowl. Make this convincing by varying the amount of time it appears your pen has contact with the paper, asking the spelling of a difficult fruit, and so on. Okie dokie. That one.
I have a suggestion. I know a great way to vote that's democratic, but allows for an element of fate. Plus, it assures that the vote can't be split.
Do tell.
I'll write down everyone's vote and we'll put them in a hat. Charles, can we borrow yours? We'll draw one ballot from the hat, and that will be the final decision.
Interesting.
It's good. Chances will favor the more popular answer, but it still allows everyone a shot. Like drawing straws.
Fate. It allows for fate. I like it.
Yeah,
Good.
you're still scaring
Let's
me.
start. Charles, quit the experiment or stay.
Quit.
Helena?
Not that it isn't a barrel of laughs, but quit.
I vote quit too. I'm sensing a trend here.
I vote stay.
Stay.
And now me. I vote stay. Good thing we're relying on fate. Who wants to pick?
I'd like to. May I?
Go on.
PP.
Stay.
That's it then. One for all.
And all in deep doo-doo.
See you tonight.
Bye, Sam.
See you.
See ya.
Bye, Sam.
Yeah, you might want to destroy those remaining bits of paper, dear.
Did you rig that, oh great Sam Eenie?
It was a split vote. It could have gone either way.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'd burn that. Okay. What? They are burned. What the hell? Definite case of what the? Hello, hot shower scene. What? Dun dun dun. Indeed, Meki. At least they're even-handed with the fan service on the artwork. That's not... I've seen enough Poltergeist the Legacy to know that this is not a good idea. Okay. Yeah. Somebody's messing with you. What? Okay, that's a little bit more than potential hallucination.
Laura?
if you're very, very lucky. Somebody who's a homebound recluse, he still clearly keeps the crunches up, doesn't he? Yes. We definitely have multiple threads going on here, don't we? Which is all tremendous fun. Right, so, saving. Definitely saving. Spook Factor 2. Here we go. Pretty much stuff I looked at.
Laura loved to curl up in that chair.
Get the same answers.
The balcony that overlooks the back garden. I haven't used it since Laura left.
I'm kind of loath to go back in there without the photon accelerator. Yep, you get to alternate from chapter 2 onwards. Chapter 3 onwards, you get to alternate playing David and Sam. Interesting seeing his point of view of things rather than just how everyone reacts to him.
There's nothing in there now. Was Laura really here this morning?
Everything's pretty much as it was. Yeah, he's only had one experiment. Basically, he's engaged in psionic experiments to try and enhance the potential ghost of his wife. Act.
Laura's dress. Could Laura herself have taken it? Now I really am going mad.
I like it's a very different performance in the David bits. And of course, Stephen Pacey does an awesome job voicing him. Carefully ignoring the carpet, walking on the noisy bit of the floor. Go check out my experiment today. He does. I love that the whole when talking to other people, Styles is an absolute arrogant bastard. And yet, you know, when doing his own thing, very much, you know, contemplative, slightly depressive, altogether different. Still lives in the world's creepiest house. Can't really argue that.
There's been a presence in the house.
Yes, I haven't heard much of his Abercrombie stuff, Fish, but yeah, I do agree. 17th of the 10th, 10 AM. Samantha saw Laura at the top of the stairs in the foyer. She was wearing the white dress. That's the dress that's now vanished. 17th of the 10th, noon. Laura physically touched me this morning while I showered. Her hand touched me and moved as if alive. Lasted about 3 seconds. To-do list. Appointment with Dr. Ruskin. Check the random number generator. Repeat memory exercise for a new session with Laura. Use one of Laura's favourite places for inspiration. So, let's have a poke around and see what it is I'm supposed to be doing today.
It's old.
No, it's old, yeah. Date. Right, so those are the first 2 experiments we've done. One of them one of them was at the same time as a whirlwind and strange painted lines on a running track, and the other one is from the pool, which suddenly turned purple.
I have everything set according to Ramuskin's instructions.
That was it.
The dialogue generator is set correctly. I'm hoping Laura will be able to use it to communicate. What is it, Laura? Keep going, darling. Give me a few more letters.
Can't use it. A. So, I've got to use some of Laura's favourite places.
This part of the house is centuries old. The original builder had a penchant for the great cathedrals on the continent.
Issues, but
There are more vaults, but they're dark and treacherous.
and therefore probably we'll get to go and play on them. Have a look at the photos. There might be something in there. Right, what have we got?
She hated me for taking this one, but I couldn't help it. She looked so radiant with joy. Laura and me. She looks wonderful in this one.
You just look evil.
That was taken on our honeymoon. That's the gîte rural we lived in. Laura and me at the Assam Reserve, India.
Okay, so presumably none of them are her favourite place. Let's have a look at her paint.
Timmins Park. Laura loved the place.
Ah.
Might be a good spot to try to recreate a memory today. Surely it won't be crowded on a dreary weekday.
Right, okay. Oh, he's actually going to leave the house. Yay. Oh, and Rasmussen. Ramuskin. Okay, let's go there first. Do you have an appointment?
Dr. Styles, it's very good to meet you.
Sorry to disturb you.
Very Phantom of the Opera.
It's an honor.
Ask.
I remember when your Scientific American article came out, my colleagues and I were thrilled to see such open-mindedness in a leading neurobiologist.
As you can see, things have deteriorated since then.
Please, come inside. On the phone, it sounded important.
It's a very different performance, even when he's being polite. It's very strange. Well done.
One thing you learn as a neurobiologist is that reality is subjective. like the story of the blind man and the elephant. One of my patients had a brain tumor and became convinced his wife was an alien in disguise. Everyone else saw an everyday housewife. He saw something horrible. What clues do we pick up from our environment every day that tell us how to perceive the world? One man sees a pile of logs, another a sleeping giant.
Another isn't on LSD.
My wife, Laura, died in 2002, but the reality I chose was to keep her alive. In my mind and in my heart. I started experiments in an isolation tank to bring back as many memories of her as possible, even the small and subtle ones. And I didn't give a toss what anyone thought.
And now?
The thing I didn't foresee was that Laura might actually come back.
I've suddenly got quite a chill. Perhaps you'll start from the beginning while I light the fire.
No fire, please.
Oh, please forgive me. I'll call for some tea. I'm quite anxious to hear what you have to say, Dr. Stiles. If you'd start at the beginning, please. It sounds fascinating. I've never performed any experiments with an isolation tank myself, but they may well concentrate certain energies.
Can you pick an
I'd be
accent
happy to
and
help
stick
in
with
any
it?
way I can. And I'd be very interested in your theories on the phenomenon, as a neurobiologist, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, the only problem, Meki, with Fire and David is that unfortunately the reason David is doing his Phantom of the Opera bit is because he has a large fire. Okay, let's talk about this.
In cases that you're familiar with of hauntings, is it typical for the deceased to obsess over their deaths?
I'd say so, particularly if it was violent.
Laura keeps communicating about the accident, but I'm not sure if there's really something there or if she's just fixated on that moment out of shock.
I know you'll leave no stone unturned finding out. If there's nothing to it, it will be clear soon enough.
Yes, of course.
I love the fact he's completely on board with it. It's obviously, yes, there was a haunting. Okay.
Have you heard of any similar hauntings, for lack of a better word?
Some of the elements, such as the way Laura communicated with you in the tank and the RNG message. These sound like classic communiques from the spirit world. But other things you've described, the moved nightgown, the form under the sheets, and most particularly the events at the university, those sound like PK activity, telekinesis, objects being moved with the power of the mind. Are you positive all these manifestations are Laura?
Of course. One paranormal source is remarkable enough, much less two different ones. Don't you agree?
You have a point.
Yes. Just hired Carrie and the Firestarter to come and do your experiments. Johnny Smith's taking notes. I mean, come on.
Studies done with dying and comatose patients have provided some interesting clues about consciousness. There are authenticated cases of the mind projecting itself from the body, witnessing things that occurred far away. If the mind can project itself from the body, then it's possible for consciousness to survive physical death.
That's a
Do
bit
you have a
A
scientific
plus B.
explanation for how that might work?
Quantum
Eggplant.
theory suggests that three-dimensional space and time are essentially created by the brain in order to organize the masses of data that make up reality. The brain operates like a translation device, in the same way that a television set organizes bits of electronic data into an image. If the human brain creates space and time, then theoretically the brain could project the mind into the past or future, making itself essentially immortal.
That's astonishing. I hope you intend to publish on this theory.
I'm still conducting my research.
I'm still drinking heavily, apparently. What the hell?
Is there any connection between psi activity and heat or fire?
Yes. Telekinesis in particular is very elemental. There's a classic poltergeist case that involved a young girl in the American heartland. The manifestations in her household all revolved around water. Water running down the walls of the house, seeping out of the wallpaper and welling up from the floors. Another classic telekinesis phenomenon is raining stones. And I recall reading about a shaman in East Africa who could make his victims burst into flames.
Andy.
It would all suggest that telekinetic powers are drawn from the earth. But I'm not aware of any studies done on the subject.
But bless you for using the term telekinesis and not telekinesis, which I keep hearing.
Can you tell me more about the East African shaman?
I'll tell you what I remember. It's a well-documented case from the early 1900s, researched by a member of the Society for Psychical Research. He was traveling in Africa when he ran across this shaman. He put the man through a variety of tests and reached the conclusion that the shaman was projecting electricity at strong enough levels to literally start fires, predictably and reliably. This notion seemed confirmed by the odd fact that when the shaman was wet, his fire-starting ability didn't work. Of course, in those days, experiments in electricity were all the rage, so you have to take that into consideration. Still, he made a compelling case.
Now, of course, his abilities didn't work when he was wet. If you're using electricity, you need to do a 1-point fire on yourself to dry your clothes out and then heal, and then you can use electricity. A brief Magica digression there.
I'm wondering if the events on campus aren't some kind of psychic residue from Laura's attempts to come through. If she's generating energy, it might get channeled in unpredictable ways.
I can't say, of course. But the energy involved in the campus events is so unusually powerful. It's unlike any spiritual communication I've ever heard of.
But you said yourself you've never dealt with a case that involved an isolation tank.
True. I'm quite curious to see where this is all heading, Dr. Styles.
Yes, from a distance, I have a flight booked now to Istanbul. Do let me know how it works.
Thank you for your expertise, Doctor. There's one more thing. I was hoping you could give me some advice on how I might help Laura. Help her come through.
Dr. Styles, I'm not sure what you mean by coming through.
Did indeed ask Orvac.
Earthbound spirits are trapped here because of some unresolved trauma or an inability to accept their own deaths. The goal in such a scenario is to free the spirit so that he or she can move on.
Move on? To what? Oblivion? I mean, what if Laura could be brought back?
But what body would she inhabit? How could she interact with our world? All religions believe that there is some kind of afterlife and...
Yes, thank you, Doctor. I'm afraid it's getting quite late. I must go.
I do hope you'll keep in touch. I'd like to know how this develops.
Of course. Good day.
Goodbye.
Sold you then. And the trip to the Legacy House ends. Right. I could go home. But I could also go to the park.
Look, Mummy, it's a monster.
Shh! Sweetheart!
Wow.
Charming. Lovely children. Yes, you're assuming, Fishy, that Orvac has contacts in the spiritual realm. Well, okay, yes, fair enough. Watching Shadow the other day, of course. Right. Yemen. Load. So, aside from my faffing around to get the last chapter to end, what do you guys reckon to this so far? Good to know they labelled the lake. Yeah, thanks for that.
I remember the park, but it's quite vague. Where should I go? The main track is down there. I remember the park. This way leads to the lake.
Okay. I don't think he's going to be talking. Uh-huh. Exactly. So far as he knows.
Just a carving in the tree. Doesn't remind me of anything.
Oh, glad to hear that. Wasn't sure if I was boring people.
I don't think that sitting on this bench could trigger any particular memory. I should try something else.
Okay. Well, the painting was of them in the lake on a boat. And the previous one, of course, they were in the swimming pool. There's something watery going on here. Not fiery.
I don't need to take a boat now.
Where's that €3?
£3 an hour. Lucrative business.
Cheap. Hell, this is an older game.
They rent boats here.
Yes, I can tell by rent boat. Hope your car get good mileage.
I recognize him. He's been in this park for years.
Ah. Yeah, the magic tricks are a lovely, lovely tactic. It reminds me of a similar technique in Cognition, with the psychic abilities in that. Okay.
I have a request. There's an old Italian song you used to play. Santa Lucia.
Grazie, grazie. I know you. You used to come here with your wife, Bellissima.
Yes.
She's not with you today?
Not yet. Will you play it?
It would be my pleasure.
Get down. I don't need to take a boat now. I took one 20 minutes ago. It was really hard to swallow. Yes, fish. Am I going to have to sit through the whole thing?
Oh, now you decide to be polite.
Talking to you, Techios, unless you're covertly playing the accordion. Right, remember this place is here. Going to be in the UK this spring, Becky? Never believe they say our weather changes. We have all of it, frequently on the same day.
The river has dried up with time.
Huh. You're a happy bunny, aren't you, dear?
We love to sit on that bench and listen to the river flow. Now Laura's gone. And the river, too.
That's taking things very personal. Okay, so fountain that way. We've got trees over here.
I didn't remember these woods as being so dense.
How long were you gone? Only a few years ago, mate. Timmins Park Gardenia Garden. Yeah, that's pretty much what we had today. The apocalyptic lightning and thunder was quite good.
That's a gardenia bush. Laura would place one in her hair if we came here. There are no blossoms on that bush, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, there though. Ouch.
There's a gardenia in bloom.
That flower might jog some memories.
Don't you pick that flower, sir.
What? And how would that change your day?
Rules is rules, sir. Flowers are here for everyone's enjoyment. not picking.
Listen, I need that flower. I'll pay for it if necessary.
You'll pay, all right. The fine's £2,000.
Ah!
Hello?
Hello, strange child.
Hey, don't take that. Damn it. She's run off with the gardenia I need.
Emergency gardenia. That kid is cruising for bruising. She seriously is.
Ah, the old greenhouse. Laura didn't like it. Always crowded and hot like hell.
Hey, I noticed the guy didn't have a go at the kid for stealing a flower. No, me threatens with a £2,000 fine. What exactly is going on with this child?
I always thought we'd bring our own children here someday.
And yeah, Mickey, that is really cool. God. See everybody.
I never understood why they put these statues near a playground. I guess you're never too young for art appreciation.
Ones I don't understand are
I
those
never
guys.
understood why they...
Which is a bit dodgy to have overlooking your small children.
I would...
Go on then. It's a child. It simply wants an ice cream.
Ice cream. Laura's favourite was orange flavoured.
Orange ice cream? No. Orange sorbet?
I want one of those orange flavoured lollies you used to sell. There was vanilla inside.
What do you mean, like an orange mivvy?
That's it.
Oh, okay then, fair enough. We'll let you off that.
There you go.
Go. Yeah, whatever.
Don't you like want your change?
Keep it.
I'm loaded. I don't care. Here, let me bribe you with a very strange 70s lolly.
What game are you playing? It looks like fun.
Stand there and kick the dirt.
Cat got your tongue? That's a lovely flower. Did you get it here in the park? Can I see it?
Uh-huh.
What's your name? Mine's David. You can tell me. Is it Elizabeth? Anne? My mask is scary looking, isn't it?
What's it for?
It's something like a
Tis,
bandage.
isn't it? Isn't it, bruv? He sidles towards the child to let her touch his mask. I'll end up on the list.
You've got an owie.
That's right. A big owie.
How did you get it?
That's rather a long story.
Why are you a
I'm
middle-aged
afraid.
woman?
What's your name?
Where did you get that mask?
Yeah, all right.
I had someone make it.
Why?
Burn.
Because I couldn't find one I liked.
Yeah, go on then. Do you like ice cream? Would you like to see some puppies?
You like ice cream? Maybe I could trade you an ice cream for your flower.
My mum wouldn't like it. I scraped my knee once and got an owie. How do you wash your face?
Will you show me your flower?
How did you get your owie?
It was a fire.
Did it hurt?
Bloody yes!
Yes.
Lum's got 14 undercover cups for just...
What about if I give you a new shiny
He wants at least a
pound for your
fiver.
flower?
Do you know any tricks? How do you wash your face?
I can take the mask off when I need to.
Will you take it off now?
That's not a good idea.
No, sweetheart. I can't do that.
Huh. Okay.
Laura, I can't do it. I can't get that flower. Ow!
Okay. Take the apple. I think you just got telling off. Ah, here we go. Oh.
I never understood why they...
No, that is just, you just got the bollocking from an apple tree. Do I have to go through it twice? What's going on? Enid. Yeah, I had an ice cream. You don't anymore. Here, have money.
She said she didn't want money.
Fine. Will she accept a half-licked
She
ice
said
cream?
she didn't want ice cream.
She wants an apple? Does she want the apple on the floor? Oh, she wants those apples. No, she doesn't want the freshly fallen ones. She wants the ones that have been on the floor for a bit. Weird kid. Are those apples in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
You mentioned tricks. A beautiful princess I
Oh,
once knew
okay.
taught me how to do this. Watch.
Juggles. Juggles.
Higher, do it higher.
Shall I? All right. Watch this.
Rebecca!
I was just showing her a trick.
Yeah, all right.
Well, that was pleasant.
Oh well.
Mummy! 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 Oh, let me go back and see the man. I like him.
She does, Father. There's no problem with offering half-licked ice cream to kids. I've babysat. I know how this works. You're going to end up with it half-licked one way or the other. You may as well start it off. You for the flower. Who knew he knew how to juggle? Yeah, I'm standing here in my three-quarter back. And the mask. Juggling for a 10-year-old who sounds like she's about 3. I love this game. It's insane. Let's go to the fountain. Meanwhile, totally unaccompanied child is just stacking and restacking sand and occasionally swaying. With distinct impression his caseworker has wandered off for the day. Left 20 quid with the ice cream vendor. Whenever he gets bored, just feed him. That's not Rebecca's mum, is it? Get into trouble. She'll think I'm stalking her next. Right. You think that's what he was swaying for?
Laura loved that fountain. We sat on that bench for hours. Laura was the only person who could ever convince me to relax.
So you were already a bit of an arse. got here? Paved path, playground, and go back to the playground. Might get arrested. Then I ram my ovipositor down your throat and lay my eggs, but I'm not an alien. Good grief! Don't make me want to go and watch Misty. But she loved the fountain. Am I back at the start? That's the fountain. That boathouse. Okay. Go the other way from the boathouse. Yeah, I know, isn't it horrific, fish? It's boogieing now. He's obviously been infused. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Google Play Family Library, here I come. Wonder if I can...
The water is calm today.
That's because apparently there is no weather. It is... He is, however, dressed in a completely appropriate manner. Back, he's probably got a very thin t-shirt underneath that. Water-resistant jeans. Boathouse, bench. Another tree. There are a fair few trees, obviously. Hello, is that a heart?
This carving means nothing to me. It won't help me with Laura.
That's... It is! O'Neill, and that's the sign for Earth? I don't wish to worry anyone, we've got a Stargate reference. Ha! Have a look at this other tree. Aha.
This is the tree. I carved our initials here on a summer day.
Yeah, I defaced this tree. Never do this to trees, they don't like it. It's getting intimate with an oak tree. Are they eating ice cream with her naked? I think he was. Okay, so we've got the fountain, the gates.
I had a flash of memory for a moment. Of Laura here in the park.
Pick up the god. Again, we're on skip. Apparently I have to play this twice. Hey.
This new environment must help me reach Laura today. This new...
First time he's been out of the house in possibly months. Head back to the lake house. I have a boat. Yep.
I'd like to rent a punt, please.
Well, we've only got rowboats.
Well,
It's not a punt. Yeah.
We're being utter slugs today.
You're a bitch, aren't you? Oh, and that's a
The sun
buggerfish.
feels amazing.
Some of us are more slug-like than others.
You're such a curmudgeon.
I was referring to myself, of course.
What's your schedule this week, darling?
The usual, nothing earth-shattering.
Good. I was thinking we might go to the cottage this weekend.
We could leave Friday.
We're being utter slugs
Okay.
today.
Hey.
Three.
Is that going to cover it?
The water is calm today.
I think we need to get to the isolation tank. Not a sentence you'll hear me say often. Has anything to say for us?
Good morning. How was your breakfast?
Fine. Is Samantha in?
She's at university. Would you like me to call her?
Actually, I prefer not to be disturbed. If she comes in, tell her that, will you?
Of course.
Right. We need to get our seat. Still want to know who's drinking all that wine. Doesn't appear to be Samantha. Doesn't appear to be Styles. To the private lab. Down. You on here? You. We could leave Friday. Is the date? Have a date? Date.
I suffered some memory loss around the time of the accident. The appointment book isn't helping. But if something unusual happened, perhaps I mentioned it at dinner.
If I did, Simon Helborn might remember.
Okay.
I suffered some, but if
I did...
So, I think a phone call to Dr. Hell. I still think it's basically your psychiatrist is called Dr. Satan Spawn. Let's be
I want to
doing
call
this.
Simon Helborn, but I...
On the hall.
David, can I get you something?
No, I'm fine.
No, I'm fine. I must not show any emotion to anyone except contempt. Except to small children for whom I juggle.
Simon's business card with his phone number.
Take it. Down. If that's enough. If Dr. Demon King can't help me, I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, very.
Hello, David Stiles speaking. Fine, thanks, Veronica. Is Simon available this afternoon? It's urgent.
Okay, thanks. Goodbye.
Was that a yes? That was the world's fastest yes. Melbourne's office then. Wow, everybody has really nice homes.
David, I couldn't believe it when my secretary said you were here. How are you?
Simon, I need your help.
I've offered it a million times. Anything.
We had dinner the night before the accident. Amanda, Laura, you and I. Do you remember?
Of course I remember. That was the last time we saw Laura.
Well, I don't. I can't remember anything from that day.
It's not unusual for trauma to cause memory loss.
Yes, well,
Yes, I know.
undo it.
Do you remember what I talked about at dinner? Did I mention any of my students?
Not that I recall. Why? What's this about, David?
Damn. What about Amanda? She might remember something.
If it's really important, I could try hypnosis. I've had pretty good success helping patients recover memories.
I didn't think about that. Can we do it now?
If you like. Lie down on the couch.
Love the couch. Straight out of a boudoir. Not a psychiatrist's office. No, I would have that in my home. That's
I'm going
brilliant.
to have you relax. Fully and completely relax.
Yeah, that voice isn't creeping me
Let
out at
go.
all.
You're waking up now. Slowly waking up. And it's the morning of October the 21st. You get out of bed. What's the first thing you do?
Oh, hello. Sorry. Well, you'd like to say that, but probably got up and took a shower.
I took a shower.
What did you think about in the shower?
I was in a foul mood. I don't know why.
You showered and got dressed. What did you do after that? Did you have breakfast?
You know, this thing is very much what they use in cognition for rebuilding lost memory. Yeah, good guess.
I had breakfast with Headley, my dean.
Where was this? At Dread Hill House?
Wouldn't have
A
been
coffee
there.
shop? The university?
Unlike, it's gonna be either Christchurch Hall or go with local Costa.
We met at a coffee shop in Oxford.
David, don't let it upset you so. The only people who read that journal are the most conservative scientists, people like Linkweller himself. And they already dislike you.
Everyone hates you
Well,
anyway.
It's true. Original thinkers are bound to have their critics. Don't let it discourage you.
I remember. Linkweller's rebuttal had just come out the day before. That's why I was upset and why I had breakfast with Headley.
Right. You mentioned that at dinner. Now we're both remembering. Very good, David. Now you're leaving the coffee shop. What did you do next? Did you have classes that
Oh,
day?
God.
As the infant matures, we see that connections that will last a lifetime are vital message passageways that carry... Yes, it was a lecture.
On what subject?
Well, it's going to be neural connectivity.
Neural connectivity in infants.
It's his job.
Yes, I'm sure that was it.
Did anything happen during the lecture? Anything to do with the student?
Did you
A
juggle for
single
her?
brain network can involve billions of neurons. Multiply that by... Yes?
Ah, so you're suggesting I could levitate or see through women's clothing if only I'd needed to do it when I was 3 months old? Wow. How about teleporting to Mars?
Wow. Yeah, because that's a renowned way to get an A.
I don't know about those particular skills, Andrews, but one skill you apparently needed at 3 months in was the ability to pointlessly interrupt. As I was saying, despite the extraordinary number of neural connections that we do form, there are still...
Oh, hello, what's going on?
There was something... One of Linkweller's cronies. I was annoyed, humiliated by the time I left class.
It's all right. Try to remember the emotion without
Try an ice
reliving
cream.
it. What did you do after class?
It doesn't strike me as the type to go for a walk to clear his head. Doubt he had another class because he wouldn't be focusing on this one. This hours?
I had office hours. There's something... I'm feeling very anxious.
Take a deep breath. This is just a memory. It's not real. Try to watch it impersonally.
There's someone at the door.
You don't have to continue.
No, I do. I said...
Worried about Hellborn.
Enter.
What? Only the shadow knows?
What can I do for you?
Who is it?
I only see a figure. A wild figure.
Is it a student?
I think so.
That was female.
Female. It was a female.
All right, very good. Relax. There was a female student standing in your office, and she said...
I'm Dr. Stiles. What do you want?
I read your article. I have this thing, this power.
Oh, and what power might that be? Outbound flight to Mars?
I thought you could help me. You were the only one who would understand.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, well, apparently not. It's been very amusing. You may leave at any time.
Ooh. Okay. So you pissed off a psychic. Well done.
David, are you all right?
No.
Oh, my God. I thought it was a prank. Laura. She remembered.
Laura, what are you talking about? What has this student got to do with anything?
I can't explain. Thanks for the help.
But David...
Yes, I must go off and be insane now. Alright, let's go for the message. Yes. I think he's variably sane. He's clearly traumatized. Equally clearly, however, he did piss off a psychic. You... Oh, camp.
I can't go in there now.
Can't be insane, mate. Juggles for children. Makes it sound like he pays for children with juggling. That's not what I meant. Files. Nothing else in. There's something to be had in normal. Not the evil mad secret lab. Charity thing, juggling for children. Kids would be out of luck. I really can't. I can use Session 1.
It would take hours to look through all the data. I need to zero in on a specific time.
Hey. At 11:30. Or running. I know the second one was 11:42 because she kept saying that's when the clock stopped.
It looks normal. That's about what I'd expect. Nothing unusual in Helena's scan? That looks right. It looks normal. Sam's brain appears to be functioning as expected, surprisingly.
Charming. Yeah. Oh, they do change, okay. Hello, what's going on in this?
What?
Whoa, hello.
What is that?
That's not right.
I've never seen anything like that. I wonder if it could have been a power surge. Promising, but it doesn't leave me much data to work with. I'll switch to my older MRI equipment tonight. It should be less sensitive to power spikes.
Okie dokie.
I've never seen anything.
Right, the session 2, which is the swimming pool, was I think 11:40 on the clock.
What?
Yeah.
What is that? I've never seen anything.
Okay, so we get
Whatever
the
it
same
is that happened, it happened the same way both nights. That rules out a glitch in the program.
Well done, you were apparently frying the brain of the children. Now's the time to go back into experiment.
I can't go in there now.
Huh? So whatever else I've got to do is here. Apparently he went outside to come in.
Hello. Everything all right?
Oh, absolutely dandy.
Fine, thanks.
Oh, I can talk.
Have you seen Samantha? I need to speak with her.
No. She's probably at Oxford.
Why is she never around when a person bloody well needs her? What are you looking at? I'm paying her salary, aren't I?
I never said a word. I did notice that you've gone out quite a lot today. You mustn't overdo it. See how it upsets you? And with Sam in the house and other things. You mustn't push too hard.
I don't plan to make a habit of it.
Ah, right, okay.
Is that the new electroshock-o-meter? Nice.
Anybody know the whereabouts of Miss Everett?
Little Miss All for One and One for All? She's done a disappearing act.
Sam does seem a little unreliable.
I'm sure she has a good reason. She went to enough trouble to get us here tonight.
Never mind, we'll proceed without her.
Lobotomies for all.
Close your eyes.
I love this is her definition of hiding. Mutilated body was found smeared against the wall. Okay. Don't stand there!
Ah!
You idiots! Ooh. Okay, that's unpleasant. B35. Worth looking at. Whoa. Well, if nothing else, she won't need to get her weights in this. So what are you up to, David? Clearly both doing investigations on the same lines.
Samantha!
Subtle. Oh god, where's your rabbit gone this time?
I found that in my bed this morning. If that rabbit's not careful, he's going to end up as a pair of bunny slippers.
Oh God, I'm sorry. He must really like you. He's never gotten in bed with anyone but me before. He's not that kind of rabbit.
He's not going to be any kind of a rabbit if he does it again. And you? Where were you last night? I realize that you are not a scientist, Samantha, but there are such principles as test conditions. How on earth can I conduct a valid experiment if I can't even keep something as basic as the test subjects the same every night?
I'm sorry. I thought I could get home on time, but I got delayed and...
I mean, how are the other students to take this seriously when you, my assistant, come and go as you please? Do you think... What is that?
Oh?
What a goose egg. Are you all right? What happened?
I'm fine. I fell down some stairs yesterday. I had to sit for a while. That's, why I was late.
Any double vision? Headache?
No, I'm fine, really.
Got to bloody
Well, I
great
think we
weight
should go
to the
the
head.
hospital right away.
Please, I really don't want to do that. I'm fine. Look, is there anything specific you wanted me to do today?
Actually, there was something. How well do you know Angela and Helena?
Not well. Do you have any reason to suspect them?
Yes. But don't ask me what. I don't have time to explain it. I'd like you to research their backgrounds. How long they've been at Oxford, where they were before, and anything else you can find out. And I'd like you to go over to the weight room and see if anyone saw someone lurking about the place last night.
Okay.
Report back to me later today. And you're not off the hook for last night. Don't do it again.
Yes, even if you're unconscious somewhere.
Helena and Angela?
Pick up your blood habit.
You better stay put, Houdini. I think you're running out of chances with the big guy.
Could get him a bigger cage, to be fair. Right. I think, given it is nearly 11 o'clock, that I will call it there for tonight. Yes, one of them might indeed be a witch fish. So, thank you for sticking with me and watching my utter frustration earlier. And I hope you enjoyed it. I will get back to this possibly at the weekend. And I will actually put it up in advance on Twitter and such. So, Radical Compromise. Part of Project Getting Organised. So, thank you. And I hope you have a good night. Good night. Say good night, Techie.
Goodbye everyone, thanks for watching.